Hello and welcome to episode 4 of our 6-part series on the vital connection between employee experience and customer or guest experience, and the positive financial impact that any business can realise when they invest in their most valuable asset, their people, or their brand ambassadors as we're calling them. So once again, welcome to Marie Cross, our UK Queen of Customer Service. Hello to Adrianne Carter, body language expert extraordinaire, and to Julie Wren, global health and wellbeing coach, nutritional therapist and spa educator. So last week we looked at how to turn our brand ambassadors into real gems so that they help to build and maintain customer loyalty and retention. Now this week my question to each of you is, how important is emotional intelligence in today's AI-driven business world? And is it possible that automation and or technological advancements will one day rule supreme in service-based organisations?
So I have a little soapbox, ladies. I'm going to try not to get on it too highly, but emotional intelligence, businesses have been talking about that for years now, 10, 15, 20 years. How can you be truly emotionally intelligent if you don't know what an emotion looks like from the body language or the facial expression? You can't be, because that's how we manifest our emotions. Our words, we can change our words to be emotional, but does the person really feel it? So for me, it comes right back to that. Before we talk about AI or any of the other, challenges of people, if you're truly emotionally intelligent, you have to be able to recognise emotions.
Yes, and that's an education.
And most people can't. I show a few pictures, my TED talk, I show a few pictures of just happy and sad, and most people think they know what happy and sad looks like. But the nuances of those emotions and how they come across and how we read them, if you don't know that, you're not truly emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
But could that be also that we're spending a lot of time down here and not spending much time here
I think the big problem is we're not trained to handle our emotions, to recognise emotions, to process emotions. For me, if I had my way, it would be part of the curriculum at school. Because emotions are what make us or break us. If we can't manage our own emotions, say you're fearful, public speaking, and it's part of your job. You need to interact with other people and you've got a real fear of that. How are you going to do your job well?
Yeah, that's massive.
So, I personally think, right from a young age, how to process, how to manage our emotions, and if they're not working with us, how do we help make them work better? But for me, it all starts with recognising them. If we don't recognise emotions in other people, we're not emotionally intelligent.
No. And it kind of all starts, doesn't it, from within, because that self-awareness, which is, of course, one of the critical ingredients of emotional intelligence, we have to start there. We have to start with how self-aware are we? That, if we are having a bad day, that is seeping out. It's seeping out, yes, of course, through our body language, but it's seeping out through what we're saying, the way we're saying it, actually developing our level of self-awareness, which is linked so closely with the external activities that we perform. I think is a kind of really good start point, because when we start to recognise, wow, I'm feeling this way, and I can now appreciate how that's impacting the person I'm interacting with. So now I can start to see how I am feeling, transposing that onto them, how now they're behaving towards me. It just makes us, when we are more self-aware, makes us be able to be far more aware of others' emotions, which of course is the next part of emotional
intelligence. And I would
intelligence.
kind of say that this is something, again, you could build that into your day with your morning huddle.
Yes.
Having a check-in in the morning with the team. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I mean, we're all coming in, going, certainly, getting into that shift, starting it because you're walking through the door and it's like you've come off the bus and you're feeling terrible. But you don't have that moment, you're not being given the moment to actually connect with your own emotions. And think, how am I going to show up today? And is that going to serve me well or not? And I always start my trainings every single time before we do anything else and do a mindset. So let's just check in with ourselves. How are we feeling today? Have you come in today this room with the right mindset? But like you said, we have to teach it. We have to be offering moments of connection where people can have that moment to get back inside themselves and their bodies. And then, obviously, that then, like you say, will then permeate outwards, and they can start perhaps noticing a little bit more how people around them are holding themselves or how they're responding. Because sometimes, that snappy response, and we then, what is the story I'm telling myself about that response? And then do you blow it into something else that's completely not there? So that self-regulation and then interpretation, I think, is super important. And it's not, like you say, not taught enough, not opportunities not given enough.
No. And I think when we come to AI, most businesses are now embracing it, and we have to. I'm definitely embracing AI.
It's not going away.
It's not going away, but the businesses that will win with AI are the ones that still have the emotional intelligence in their people. Because we're not going to get rid of people.
No.
We are not going to become a world of machines.
No.
So that people interaction is still going to be super important.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think, as you say, it definitely has its place, for sure, within the industries that we work in. It has been a game changer for many frontline operations, where the very kind of basic service requests have been able to be fulfilled, through automation and AI. But I think that ultimately, because we know that 84% of a person's experience of service is emotional, it is about how they're feeling. No amount of sophisticated AI is ever going to replace that. That actually, when push comes to shove, if anything, our brand ambassadors are going to have to be far higher, far more sophisticated and trained and educated to to be more emotionally intelligent and recognise not only themselves but others' behaviours and feelings and emotions that are driving that experience and what they can do to affect it in a positive way. So it definitely has its place, and I think that kind of blended solution, certainly in our sector, having that blended solution is a really good thing. That's a good advancement to have made, certainly within the kind of call and contact centre environment, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we in hospitality, obviously, there's multiple uses of AI throughout. I'm just going to focus on the spa here for a moment, and that is when we talk about touchless wellness. And there's always that big thing is like, to touch or not to touch. Can you bring across the same feeling? But there are certain people who don't want to be touched, and they're missing out on that opportunity for wellness, perhaps. Perhaps by experiencing it in a different way. I'm thinking now about the vibroacoustic beds with built-in sound and light therapy.
Yes.
But it could still also have that person that's going to say, how are you feeling today? Or noticing how somebody walks in and saying, how would you like to feel after your visit today? What can we offer you? We've got so many different options here for you. So I think it's about giving that possibility to explore, but that's still that personal connection. I've seen you, I've watched you walk in, you're holding yourself in a certain way. How can I help you today? What is it you'd like to feel at the end of this visit? And then being able to then customise it.
That's so powerful.
So I think it's that is where we see it. It's like, it's not the demon, but there is still that, when is it appropriate and when is it not appropriate?
I've got a little comment on imaging. So ChatGPT particularly, that's my favourite tool, creates great images now. But we need to be careful. So if you're going to be using it in your business for mock-ups, fine, room settings or whatever you want to create that's not involving people, when it comes to people, we still need that element of humanness.
Yes.
So I would just say there's a little bit of a watch out there, as much as I do love AI.
Yes. Yeah, totally agree. I think emotional intelligence is definitely the new kid on the business block, although it's been around, as we know, for quite some time. But I think that in kind of classic service-based businesses, I think that need for our brand ambassadors to increase their EQ score is kind of paramount now. I think that knowing thyself and then learning to know others, through what they're saying, how they're appearing, their body language and so on, I think is going to be that's going to be a game changer. That's the kind of next big thing I think that they need to be focused on, and it all kind of feeds back into that golden thread of effective communication, which is that ability to be in rapport, because that's what, when you're emotionally intelligent, that golden thread of rapport happens quite naturally, doesn't it? So we all have a lot to learn. We've all got to look at ways to increase our EQ score for sure. But there definitely are skills and attributes that you can acquire for sure that will make you more emotionally intelligent. Yeah. But I agree. I think it does begin right back, and maybe it should be in the education system that we look at, recognizing the emotions that we humans have as children and how to manage them more effectively, how to recognize how our emotions impact others, and then be able to recognize emotions in other people and how you might be able to help that other person regulate their emotions. That is
powerful.
Really powerful. But needs to start from the very start in terms of our education.
Huge thanks to Marie, Adrianne and Julie for that episode. Fascinating topic, and yet more proof that focusing on that most vital asset in any business, those brand ambassadors, is definitely the way forward. Now in episode 5 we will start to delve into some of the practical ways to develop brand ambassadorship on our front lines and take a look at some simple 1%ers that we can and will make a 100% difference to the customer or guest experience, and of course the service that we provide. In the meantime, feel free to like, share, subscribe and join our tribe. Marie's, Adrianne's and Julie's details can be found right here at the bottom of the screen. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, take care and remember to be that purple cow in your field. Bye for now.